I dropped the pen. I can't even write with it, but I need it.
Welcome to another episode of The Chris and Sis. And we have a guest star, Miranda.
Yay. Let's do this a little bit more awkwardly, a little louder, with our mouths more open. That was a whole video. You probably have you seen it? No? It's not near as funny as we're making it sound.
I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Rest in peace, Trevor Moore.
Rest in peace, Trevor Moore.
Yeah. So
Go for it. Disclaimer.
Like Warenberg, we all miss that. Alright, these are the inner workings of our minds. We are not professionals. We're just sharing our journeys. Alright,
We're just screwing around.
that's how the day goes.
silly. And we're gonna talk about vulnerability.
Vulnerability.
Is where we've landed today. So
Aren't we all feeling a little vulnerable right now?
A little bit, yes.
That whole like recording yourself, putting it out on the web.
Mm-hmm. I'm starting to get comfortable. This is like, what, our 36th video?
this is number 36.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I counted because 35 was like a goal. It was like a milestone.
Mhm.
Get to 35.
So it definitely took me until probably the last, honestly, when I hit the 3-month mark of no smoking is whenever I actually feel comfortable in front of the camera now.
Really?
Yeah.
'Cause
I
your
feel good about it again.
throat chakra opened
Yes!
up.
Wow.
And that could be your reality too.
Yes, working on it.
It's
Working on it.
Did you bring the lapis?
Yes, it's on the table.
Oh.
I got tiger's eye with me most of the time. It's my favorite stone. But it's like Leo
Thrill of fight.
strength. Yeah. But vulnerability. So when we came over here, Miranda was like, "Oh, I took notes over this last video," and like the interaction video where we were talking about alcohol usage and all that. So we decided, like, you know, a lot of these subjects we talk about, they kind of all like go together.
Yeah. Usually we just BS with each other and rant on whatever certain thing until something comes up and kind of stands out, and it's like, oh!
And I
So
even was just like, I don't know if that last video was one of me and Chris's best, but it like
I
made me
thought
so
it was.
happy.
Yeah, like I took notes. I watched it twice before you guys came over. I watched it again and just like took notes. I'm like, wow, this is great. It resonates. You
That
know,
was
it
some raw
really-
stuff.
It really resonates. I think
Yeah.
it would resonate with a lot of people. You know, the drinking thing, that is such a part of our culture inherently.
Yes.
There's no
Word.
place adults go and just congregate besides church that doesn't involve alcohol.
Yeah.
And not many people are going to church for
And
obvious
spirituality
reasons,
is even like a higher connection, some sort of, euphoric
Mm-hmm.
connection of a kind,
Sure. Yeah.
Even so.
Definitely.
But yeah, no, that whole alcohol thing, I was just like, I need to meet Julia. We need to talk. We need to hang out, because so much of what you said just, really resonated. The use of alcohol as a means to open yourself up and talk to people, interact with people, and instead of, being so closed off and afraid to say anything, it's a tool, that I think it does serve a purpose.
Yes.
If used
Sure.
correctly,
Mhm.
have that drink before you go do a thing if you feel
Yeah.
you really need it. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
But whenever it becomes
It's just
everyday
when it becomes
usage.
everyday use
Yeah.
and it becomes the hobby.
Use
When
it, don't let it
drinking
use you.
is your hobby, it's not a good existence. It's not a good life.
Definitely. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to get off work and I'm going to go out drinking this weekend. What else is there to do in the Midwest? Well, here's the thing. There's hiking trails.
It's a handful of things. We're going to work on a handful of things. But
Yeah.
all this tying into why it's difficult to allow ourselves to feel vulnerable. Because a lot of times we don't put ourselves in situations where that's,
Where we might
An
look
option.
silly.
Yeah.
We're doing something for the first time. We're a little afraid, because you might look like an ass.
it's
and
easier
it's
to avoid
just,
that.
just accept that that's okay.
Where,
So
For real.
what? You screw up, people laugh at you. You say the wrong thing. Who cares?
Not like
You know,
anything
remember
else.
It might be
20
seared
years.
in your brain, but no one else gives a shit.
Yeah.
Word.
Really, like, no one gives a shit as much as you think they do.
That's a learning
And
experience,
that's
like
kind of
anything
trying
else.
to live in that space of, hey, nobody cares, so just do whatever, do the thing.
Mhm.
That's the way I'm trying to look at it.
Word.
How do you get past that hump, though?
what, of allowing yourself to be in vulnerable situations and feel vulnerable. You just gotta do it. You're never ready for
You just
anything.
there's never the right time.
Yeah.
Just find a situation to do a thing and do the thing. You just do the thing.
Yep, find a
Just
jumping off
do
point.
it, Shia LaBeouf.
Which is why I think it would be great to find a handful of people that are all ready to take steps together and make a step forward in that direction.
Yeah, people to hang out with and just do stuff with that doesn't center around alcohol. You know, that's why I got the kayaks. It's something to do after work. You know, hey, load them up and go out to the lake for a couple hours, you know. And that way, if I do end up having a couple drinks that night, well, hey, I kind of earned it, you know.
enough,
It's like
man.
I did something else, you know. There's something else, not just sitting there and having, you know, 10 drinks over the course of an entire evening.
So we have vulnerability here listed, as you mentioned it earlier, as feeling, well, releasing fear in
Right.
a situation.
Like letting
Which
go
is-
of fear
Right.
and allowing yourself to be vulnerable.
And allowing yourself to feel it in order to let it go.
Yes.
Would also come with that, not numbing it down.
Right, not numbing, having to use alcohol to anesthetize your fear, you know,
Or
trying to live in that space where, there's just no more fear anymore because you get so used to doing things and doing new things and hanging out with people that, you know, it just kind of fades away. You know, that's my goal. That's what I'm working on.
the learning process, like anything else, learning how to feel vulnerable and how to put yourself in these situations and become more comfortable in these situations, non-inhibited, or however it may be. I feel like inhibition definitely takes away, you know, a lot of the journey of that. Oh, how do I word that?
Right, it's that block,
Yeah,
that self-doubt, that fear of, you know,
free of feelings. So
Yeah.
for the first time in my life, really experiencing those feelings and what it's like to, you know, live life and just, you know, have the whole emotional experience that is, and it's a spiritual experience. It's all, yeah, I'm losing my.
Well,
All
I feel vulnerable right now because you guys
Good.
are riffing very good, and like I don't know how to
Thank
jump into that. No, it is great, but like
That's perfect.
then I sit here and I'm just like, oh, that's
you're getting in your head.
I am. I'm getting in my head, and that's where I stop, and I like start that self doubt, and I start
Right, you start spiraling.
yes, and like
You're
I can
shutting
feel
down.
myself right now spiraling.
Oh.
No, it's okay though, because I'm talking about it, and like I'm being vulnerable right now, like I'm putting it out there, but
Yeah,
it's like
that's awesome.
I don't know how to I guess I can't really just stop that. It just happens.
That's part of getting used to things and learning. About
Like anything, and even like the drinking. Most people do it every day because it's their habit, you know.
Yeah.
And shutting down, when that's your habit, you just keep getting more of that.
Yeah.
So it's really sitting with it when you feel it, and they're like, okay, what do I do about it?
Yeah.
Breaking out of it, and then that becomes your new pattern, your new normal.
Mhm.
That's the way I see it.
and putting yourself in vulnerable situations. Man.
You got stuck on a word.
Yeah, I totally
You got
did.
stuck on the word.
Well, that's the point that usually I try to write out more, but we were riffing so well earlier without the camera. We tied this into all kinds of things, relationships, and different aspects. Yeah. It's all going downhill now.
All right.
I think you're thinking too much about it. You know
Possibly,
what I mean?
yeah, subject core.
It's okay.
It really is okay. We could always
Restart.
yeah. Let's do
I
that.
don't want to do that this morning, but
We're already this far, and we already stated it on the
Dude, who
video.
cares? Look at how vulnerable you guys are being right now.
okay, that's good.
You're
All
owning
right.
it. Own the fuck up. Own it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just getting nice and comfortable.
Oh, this is what Chris and I would do. One video, 17 takes.
17, yeah.
17.
Whoa.
17.
You guys were really up in your heads about it.
Yeah.
No, we just like to make sure that it's conveyed in a manner that it's,
And I get it.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
feel like it's getting really ignorant, you just like, no.
if we're off base or rambling too much. Or anything
Well, it's like
Yeah.
Chris was doing all of his starts, and like there was like, hey, you guys, it's Chris and Sis. Like,
yeah, a bunch of goofies.
that's what he was doing. So, I don't know. And then we get like 5-10 minutes into it, and then we're like,
I had one I thought about for today too, revolving around my vest.
yeah?
Yeah, I was gonna tell you to bring up my vest somehow, and I was gonna be like, This is dry clean only. Do you know what that means? It's dirty!
That's funny.
Yeah, I stole that from Mitch Hedberg.
Is that off of, what's that off
It's a
of?
Mitch Hedberg stand-up.
Is there a bug on me?
Maybe it's very
Oh
small.
my gosh, I feel like it's in my hair this whole time.
There's definitely 6 or 7 in your hair.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if you guys want to redo, I don't give a shit.
I mean, we're
I thought
kind
we were
of,
vibing
we're
right
vibing
now,
again.
man.
Like, we're finding our way again.
Just in and
It
out, man.
sometimes takes
I like
just
you
a
said,
minute.
honestly, we're being vulnerable in front of the
Yeah.
camera, and that's a good thing to be, you know?
Yeah.
If we can be silly and
Like,
goofy, lose our way, and
We're
find our
really
way
not
again in
doing
front of
this
people.
for other people. This is pretty much just for ourselves. I
It's
mean,
all together.
you know.
It is really all together.
I am part of the collective. I am them. At some point, this could be helping me.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't let me get all philosophical.
Releasing fear. What are we so afraid of with being vulnerable? Have we talked about that?
Oh, no, not specifically.
So,
Looking
Let's-
like an ass. There's
for
that.
me, it's not that. It is more just,
Getting in trouble. That's one from school and childhood.
Yes.
Getting in trouble.
Word.
Like
Yeah.
I put stories in my head about how I think I'm gonna get in trouble.
yeah.
When no one else is feeling that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'm creating like I'm gonna get punished or something. It's like no!
Yeah.
No one's coming after you like that. I think it's
Yeah.
conditioning from childhood.
Absolutely.
Like
That
you feel bad about doing
indoctrination
something.
you're talking about, the
Yeah,
word, yeah.
Absolutely.
Indoctrination.
I just feel bad sometimes, like I shouldn't be doing this, and then, like, wait, I'm in my 30s now.
Right, like I'm a grown up.
That's-
I'm allowed.
That's a PTSD thing. Like, it's not, but like that's a thing that I do to bring myself back to reality whenever I'm feeling that way or feeling that vulnerable. I'm like, you're actually supposed to look at 3 things that you can see with your eyes, touch 3 things, smell things, 3 things around you, and like all your senses to bring you back to where you actually are. Because that
Father,
is supposed to help you get out of that
Son.
flashback.
Holy Spirit.
Father, Son, Holy
That's my
Oh
pick.
Lord.
Almost reached to the ground for Dad, but you know, I got over those things, so now it's progress.
Is he a zombie?
I'm being vulnerable. No, it was like a hell joke.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
he's not there. It's okay.
Oh my God, this got real different, real fast.
I'm being vulnerable.
Okay, so we were talking about the. Oh gosh. Let's restart.
No.
This is so great. I mean, vulnerability. You know, anyone who's laughing at us, I dare you, make your own video.
Yo, I think it's good. If you're laughing,
And
I
tag
appreciate
this
that.
video in it.
I feel like I can't see my eyes. Do I look
Okay.
cross-eyed?
Some
It
other
is really far
reasons
away.
why we're fearful of being vulnerable. Pain, because people can hurt you with that. Or
Yes,
people can
when you
take.
open yourself up,
Yes.
yeah, you're
Ooh.
Yeah.
Your deepest feelings that you're
Someone-
being vulnerable with. And if somebody's done that to you in the past,
right. You've been hurt. You open up to someone, and they either use that information against you, or you know,
Mhm.
hurt you with it. Yeah, that's major.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So problem, solution. What is the solution to that? How do we work through that?
Really being honest and vulnerable with yourself about situations that you've been in the past to keep you from doing things that hinder your progress going forward.
That's
I
the way
think-
that you
I think the
change trauma
situation,
too.
yeah.
Is just you.
Self-love.
Where
You love yourself. You're secure enough in yourself. You feel good enough about yourself that no one outside of you can affect you
Yeah.
or change you. You know you're fine. You know, that's where you can stand in that vulnerability, and it's okay because no one can hurt you because you're fine. You know.
Word.
Like,
I guess it's the way I personally do it is also I am forever changing. I am always at a constant of change. So if in one moment I do something I'm not very proud of myself for, I know that I can change that the next moment. I know that I can always keep changing. And
right.
it's
Your
not,
actions aren't who you
yeah,
are.
it's not
Your thoughts
saying that
aren't
I'm
who
not
you
good
are.
enough in this moment. I am good enough in this moment, but I'm always trying to keep moving forward, to keep healing, to keep being better.
set your intent.
Yes. So that helps. That actually helps me not to shame myself so much because I am forever learning.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
No one's ever done.
No.
People who think they're done are
They ain't done. You ain't done yet if you think
Well,
you're
yeah,
done.
they just get stuck
They get stuck.
spinning your wheels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've been stuck spinning my wheels before, and I was, aware that I was stuck spinning my wheels. And then
Right.
once I started on that learning path again, I
That's
never
just
wanted to
it.
quit.
Like, acknowledge whatever
Mhm.
it is you're doing, be realistic
Yeah.
about it,
Mhm.
and own it.
Absolutely.
Own it.
It's like,
you
this is
know?
where I'm at right now. I can't move past it. So what do? You gotta sit in it, and you gotta be where you are right now.
Accept those things. Accept the things we cannot change.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you can think of in that? Fear and vulnerability.
And we got really.
Why are
There's like a thought exercise that I really need to get out, and I feel it does tie into this, the vulnerability and how so much of it we talk about comes from childhood. Well,
Mhm.
we get shut down and repressed. I like to, when I feel like I'm really struggling or I'm not treating myself correctly, I like to think of yourself as a child. I think of myself as my child self.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would I feed my child self alcohol and cigarettes or whatever? No. So why am I doing that to me?
Yeah,
You know, like
definitely.
the more you can kind of keep that with
Yes.
you, I feel like there's a lot
I
there.
do that
There's a lot there.
quite a bit with, honestly, when I get stuck in a PTSD episode, I'm like, where is she at right now? She's in a room. She's always in a room inside of me. It's weird. I have this visualization I go with. But, like, whenever she's in a PTSD episode, like, I see her hunkered down in the corner like this, like fetal position.
Mhm.
So what do? A friend actually told me the other day, I don't know if it was you or Robbie, but one of you said to go in there and actually pick her up and hold her, and that's what she needs. She doesn't need alcohol. She doesn't need
Right.
all these
Love.
other things. She needs
Love.
and nurturing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's a new tactic I'm gonna start using.
But loving
that.
yourself. Love
Yeah.
yourself as your
Child.
child self.
It's
Yeah.
okay to feel
Because
that way.
guess we are all still our child selves. 100%. You don't change. You're still you. You know,
Mhm.
you just get bigger.
Yeah.
And then people treat you differently.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
There's this whole
But you're-
divide
you're
between being
still-
a child and adult.
you're
that's
still that
over-recognized.
same child. You know, so yeah, the more I try to get back to that, it helps. I find it very
Definitely.
helpful.
I like that a lot. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah,
It's a good riff.
It's a good riff. All right, my friends. I think that was a good riff for today.
We've been vulnerable enough.
Yeah.
Quite vulnerable. I'm
We
glad
hope you got
didn't
some
stop
humor
it.
out of this.
I'm glad we kept rolling with it, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to be
This
the
was-
most perfect
because
thing in the
it's-
world, but it's not supposed
It's
to be.
literally the title of the video.
Yeah.
Vulnerability, and anyone can think we're assholes right now. Who cares?
This is
or that we're boring, or it wasn't entertaining enough.
Definitely don't
Whatever.
think that.
No. Not at all.
And we're also not going to come off pretentious, like, we make the perfect decisions in life and we're perfect.
Not
That's
at
just
all.
it, and that's
Now
I
we be
think
stumbling.
so much of what we see and what we consume is so polished.
Oh, yeah. isn't it?
That we're like, well, those people are perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
That's an
Do you
unrealistic
know how many
standard.
hours they put into that and
Yep.
takes, and
Yeah.
that's
Definitely.
a lot of why we think we're not good enough is because so much out there, what we see is
Yeah.
so polished and so perfected that we're just like, well, that's not even possible. That's not me.
Just give up before you even start.
Right.
On that
Oh,
front.
I could go off on this about like women's bodies or just like bodies in general, not
Seriously?
just women's, but like.
Yeah, you think I ever been
The
chiseled in my
standard-
I
life?
know.
Our brother's a freak of nature. God, that kid's been cut since he was 9. I got
Not
this
wrong.
wad of cookie dough.
I started growing mine. I did
I look
it though.
down and I'm hungry.
I walked into his house earlier. Gosh, they got Reese's, they got cosmic brownies, they got all this bread.
No.
His Paula mom pulled out some homemade lactose-free ice cream, and I'm like, yeah, I want some of that.
She bought an ice cream maker. She bought a cotton candy maker. She bought a popcorn machine.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, all
that's
the
what we
fun
walked
junk food
into.
toys.
I just work here.
I was kind of
That's
afraid
my
to walk
thing.
into your kitchen for that fact when you guys weren't home, because I'm like, I'm gonna start going through them snacks.
I know those snacks. Always snacks.
Man, I've had 2 donuts today, 2 Reese's cups. It's been a bad food day for me.
You know what's a gateway drug? You know what's seriously a gateway drug?
Hmm.
Everything. To chocolate.
Yeah.
This is real.
You got a chocolate problem right now.
Yeah. Chocoholic, man. I was at the store yesterday, and they had like probably a third of a box left of white chocolate M&Ms, marked down 75 cents a package. Well, hell, don't tell me what I'm
Thank
about.
you.
Yeah. Bluff called, buddy. I'll take the box.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, at least it's not crack.
Made enough crack jokes this week. That's ridiculous. All right, cool. I love it. Yeah, I'll wrap up on kind of a
Oh,
whimsical
and
note
the other
there.
thing we really wanted to talk about was events, hanging out with people, doing things with people that aren't alcohol centered.
Yeah, let's
So,
do stuff.
anyone that watches this has our social media information.
Where's
Want to hang out and do stuff? Let's do stuff. Let's do fun stuff.
For sure.
Miranda got us involved in some like hooping, and I just messed
Yeah.
with the poi stick for the first time in my life, and
Hula
that doesn't seem
hoops.
like the most difficult thing in the world to me personally. I think I vibe with a poi stick. I might
Yeah.
take that shit
You
out.
should.
Boy.
You definitely should.
Yeah, fire spinner. I can dig it.
Yeah,
Do it.
awesome.
Bird.
All right, friends. I think we're gonna like leave.
Just like that, actually. I,
Just
thought,
like that.
I was planning on doing that. That's crazy. You know,
Yeah,
I
just like,
came up. Yeah, we don't have to talk about it. We
All
can
right,
just roll.
cool.
It's good.
Bye.
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 Peace, love.
Love you guys.
Still going.
I got stuck. I'm sorry. All right.